Babe, what are you doing?
I'm running for President of the United States of America.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you missed the filing deadline. It's okay, honey. You can still buy the vote.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Lance and this is Sam and we're Love to Hate. Today, we're taking a look at a game from Coozies Games called Buy the Vote, where you get to run for President of the United States of America. Let's take a look at it. All right, so I have Buy the Vote on the table here. Let me let you guys take a look at it. Now, everything that you're seeing is a prototype, and the final components and game will absolutely look different than what you are seeing here. This is just to give you guys an idea of what to expect. Your player board tells you exactly what happens in each round. In round one, you are going to turn over 3 state cards, and you're going to give each player $10 million to start the game. And so I have my $10 million here. Let's go ahead and turn 3 state cards over. We've got Delaware worth 3 electoral votes, Indiana worth 11, and Georgia worth 16. The next part of the game is the bidding phase, and you're going to put your voting booth player shield around your player board, and with your money, you are going to decide how much you are going to spend on the states that are available that round. Now, you do have to keep in mind that the money you spend is gone, even if you lose, because just like in real life, if you're running for some sort of office and you're spending money on campaigns and ads and all of that, that money's gone. You don't get it back just because you didn't win. And as you can see, you get $10 million in round 1, but you don't get any more money until round 6. So you have to be wise with how you spend your money. So, for instance, I might want to try and win Georgia since it's worth 16 electoral votes, and I'm going to spend $2 million to try and do so. And that's all I'm going to spend. I'm going to leave the rest of my money here in this little box, and that indicates that it's saved for later rounds. Now, when I am done spending my money or allocating it to different states, I put my hand on the table like such to indicate to everyone else that I am ready to progress with the game. Once everyone else has done that, then we reveal our boards and we see who has spent the most on the different states. And so it looks like for state 1, no one spent any money on that, and it is a tie. And in the case of a tie, that state remains there. No one gets it. And state 2, I didn't spend any money. However, player 2 over here did spend $1 million, and so they are going to spend that $1 million, and they gain Indiana. States that you gain go under your player board, like so. And you leave the top part out there to indicate that you do have a state. And as you guys can see at the top of the player board here, there's this bar that sort of indicates a rough estimate of how many electoral votes you might have as you stack the states from left to right. That gives you an idea. Now, I spent $2 million on state 3 here, which was Georgia. It looks like that player over there spent $2 million. And unfortunately, this player over here spent $5 million, a whopping $5 million. So they would definitely win. And as I already mentioned, I unfortunately lose my $2 million as well as this player over here. And we're just out. We get nothing for that. And player 3 gets Georgia. Again, we leave Delaware here because we tied. And so we would stack a state on top of it. And now, whoever wins number 1 here is going to not only get New York, but Delaware as well. And let's turn out more states. And we have a swing state. We have Virginia here. Now, the way swing states work are, if you win a swing state, you immediately get to steal a state from an opposing player. That's why it says steal a state there. And you have to steal the state that was most recently won by that player. So if we were to play this round out, I might really consider trying to win Virginia here, knowing that whoever wins this New York state worth 29 electoral votes is getting a really nice state, and it would be the most recent state that they won, which means I could steal it from them if I win Virginia. So if I'm a crafty, sly player, I might spend a lot more money on Virginia than I would New York. And that's kind of some of the tricks of the trade with this game. When the timer runs out, you count up your states if you've not already made it through the deck of cards here. And whoever has the most electoral votes is the winner. And if you, with the person in second place, combine for 270, then you are the President of the United States and you win by the vote. All right, so now that you guys have seen how the game works, we're going to share our thoughts on it. Sam, what do you think about By the Vote?
I really liked it. I think most of you out there know that I enjoy a game that doesn't last forever, and this is a pretty quick game. And not only is it quick just because it's just shorter game, you have a time limit, which I thought added a lot. It just added a whole nother level of excitement because you need to get it done. You don't really have time to sit and strategize for too long. You need to know what you're doing, do it, play it. Otherwise, you're not going to get the benefit of having more states later on. And the other really cool thing about that is that you don't have to suffer the consequences for too long because it is 15 minutes after all. And if you just completely tanked and were the worst politician ever, oh well. 15 minutes later, you can play it again and see how you do that time. So I really enjoyed the timing aspect of it too. Typically, real-time games, they get a bad rap. Sometimes for good reason, but not with this one. This one is actually really tense. It's not stressful like real-time games can sometimes be. This one is actually fun. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's one that feels rewarding because at the end of it, you feel like you know what you did wrong and how you could get better at it. This is one that I feel like the more you play it, the more you'll understand that there's actually a lot of depth to this game. On the surface, it looks like a simple, straightforward auction game, but really, this is a game that you need to know a few things, like making sure to have little small states on top of your bigger states when you see a swing state come out. You don't want to lose that. But at the same time, it was simple enough for our 8-year-old to play, and he really enjoyed it. So yes, he did. What was his quote there after our first playthrough of it? It's my favorite game ever. This is my favorite game ever, And I think he liked the timing aspect as well. Right, yeah. So Sam, let me ask you, we are Love to Hate and we like to look at games that can bridge the gap between gamers and non-gamers, and you yourself would say you're a non-gamer. So is this a good game to play with your parents, with your young children, people who don't typically play games probably? Yeah, absolutely. I was actually thinking about my parents because sometimes you just don't want to explain games to certain people. And my parents are one of them. But I think this is so easy to understand, but they would also enjoy the political aspect of it. But then you saw us play with our 8-year-old. He really enjoyed it. My teenage sister enjoyed it. I mean, we had a lot of, different types of people playing this game, and everybody seemed to really enjoy it. And from a gamer aspect, I played this game with some guys who play pretty heavy Euro games, and they enjoyed it as well. They thought it was a blast, and it was quick, intense. I had one guy who was just kind of trying to sort out everything every round, and we were sitting there telling him, no, you got to hurry up, you can't be doing that. But man, it's a pretty intense 15-minute punch in the face kind of game. I can't recommend this game enough, and I really hope you guys check out By the Vote from Coozies Games. This is definitely one to recommend to your friends. And the theme about this game too, being politics, you would think, well, that can be kind of a stressful topic, touchy topic. But this game, it deals with it perfectly. It's just surface level election politics, that kind of thing. Yeah. Not anything too touchy, not anything too controversial. Yeah. So this has been By the Vote from Coozies Games. It's running on Kickstarter right now. You can check the link in the description of this video to go straight to that Kickstarter campaign page and back it while it's still on there. And guys,
I recommend this game highly. Check it out. By the Vote, Coozies Games. For Lance and Sam, this is Love to Hate.